Hello and welcome back. I'm Joe and this is Captain of Industry. Today there is a realistic chance that we will solve all our truck problems by doing the thing that I wanted to do for 4 episodes now. Of course, before we can do that, we have to go into hyperdrive on maintenance. Maintenance, once these things shut down, everything kind of stops because we're so dependent on all the things. Currently, all we really need is mechanical parts, and that shouldn't really be a huge issue because mechanical parts really all just require more iron. So if we set our recipes to, no, not that one, this one, very simple, and then maybe one more of those, we should have a relatively good shot of these 3 actually producing the things that we want them to produce. It would be pretty cool at least, right? Great. Remove, assign, sure. Yeah, we'll do that, and we'll move, well, we unassign these so they can actually stack into the right place. All of this is gonna get moved. That's not the problem. I just, I can boost. Okay, let's boost a couple of these just for a little while so we get all the materials in that we want. And while we're in the area, how about we get our mechanical parts showcased? There we go. Pin that one also to the side. So we know how we're doing. Mechanical are all the way down here. We have a couple units, but not enough. No surprise there. Okay, well, are we good? Is that all we wanted? We got 4% out of those guys. As long as they have some stuff coming in here, we should be okay. Yes, I'm overusing boost just a tiny bit, but my hope is that will keep us afloat while we're doing all the other parts. So that's exciting. Also, this iron is out again, which means we don't have enough something over here. We have 2 of you. Yeah, another excavator is probably not gonna hurt if we have one available. Sure and sure. Truck-wise, we're okay right now. So let's get 6 trucks, 3 excavators, and hope that's enough. We'll see. We'll figure it out how wrong I was. But for right now, I think we're okay. Great. Let's set up the things that we want. If we want to expand, we got to build another one of these to the left of this whole setup, and that shouldn't be very hard. And what we know is that we can produce, well, effectively 24 irons for the setup. We require, not that one, but we require just 4.5, so 9 per 2, or 4 per 9 per 2, 18 for 4, and then we can probably do 18, 22.5. We can do 2 of these to 5 of the white ones. I kind of like that for the first section right here. And I am partially ignoring the next thing. I would like the first row. Okay, no. Okay, let's do this the right way. I'm gonna regret this. I also was thinking just the last few days, all the in-between storage that I have, that is a different game's MO. We don't need that here. What we need in this game is instantaneous consumption of the things that we want at the right math, so we don't have too much overproduction or underproduction of all the things that we want. But these 2 can satisfy 5 white construction or 5 white assembly halls. By white, I mean the white construction parts. Okay, the other one is 15 to 12. Without a boost, it is 7.5 and 6. Okay, you just double with the boost on. That's good, and we are getting up to 11%, so that's exciting. But 7.5 and 6. So 7.5, 15, 22.5. So I can do 3 per 1. I kind of want to, My problem is I would like to build these in such a way that makes enough sense and it's easily expandable down the road for all the other materials that we probably want to get into. But it is hard to, I have never played it deep enough to know what the ultimate factory looks like when we're done with everything, but the factory is going to consistently change, so I don't know that that's really going to be a problem. Not enough maintenance. Yeah, we're getting on top of that. Cool. All right, assembly halls is what we're going for. We're going to start with assembly 1s and just get a couple situated, and they can be all the way over here. I don't think that's really going to cost us any types of issues, but it's probably already way too far away from where you want to go here. Okay, fair enough. Where do you want them to go? Honestly, instead of building them there, build them with pause enabled. Does this work? Do I have that one? No, I cannot pause it like that. I have to pause it manually. Cool. So if I say I want, let's say, at least 4 assembly halts. You only need 3. Well, 2 is probably a better setup for what you're trying to do here, so how about we just do that? Okay, if I say I want 2 assembly halts, the first one only requires one very simple thing. It's just a flat conveyor because this is just mechanical components, and now that I'm saying all of that, it's completely asinine what I'm doing here, because we literally only have to make this run our materials to the thing where we want them. So let's do this. How about, yeah, this is fine. Run them all the way to the end here. That's what I want, and then you can run into there. That's great. And then from here, we're effectively just enabling whatever transport we want without overloading or without blocking too many paths. And now seeing that, I could have run this conveyor belt, the aggregate conveyor belt, just a little different, but I didn't, so that's fine. I think we're okay. All right, we have a balancer. The balancer distributes products between connected conveyor belts with optional prioritization. That one I think I like. What's a flat sort? It allows to sort selected products to separate port. Okay, flat connector connects multiple conveyor belts and distributes between products between them. That's fine. I think this is what I really want. Why you're incompatible type? U-shaped connector, U-shaped balancer. Okay, that's, oh, this is not the one that I want. Molten balancer, definitely not. Pipe connector, pipe balancer, no. It's just a flat balancer, flat connector. There we go. This is what I want. They have ins and outs pretty much everywhere, and that's lovely. And it would be cool if this one had a 1 and 2 option, but it's okay that it doesn't. Let's get our delete tool out. We need 2 spots. Those 2 can get removed, and then you just come in here. Someone take care of those, pretty please. Right now, that would be super. Conveyor belt is already moving all the pieces, but you stop right there. Come on, someone pick this up. Oh, someone did pick it up. Great, you just picked it up when I clicked away. I think I can survive that. Plop that one in there. Cool. Now we can say where our priorities are. And the first one is not our highest priority, but it has to be done. And I see that I'm probably going to go backwards here, actually, but I'm okay with that because all of these things are going to recombine eventually. But here's what we're going to do. Don't block your conveyor belt access, just in case you want that for whatever reason down the road. But we said that we want 3 assembly halls dedicated to the thing that we just talked about, which was just mechanical parts. And this is not our highest. Copy settings, probably, I think. Go and go. Cool. Did that work? Yep, it did the settings that I wanted. Wonderful. And I'm assuming it would copy more settings than that. But for right now, we can just say all parts can go there. You can go there. And you can go there. Mechanical parts technically are being taken care of by these guys. And if I want to expand this, ooh, hold on, hold your horses. I can get through here. Great. All I wanted to do with that is make sure that this is not going to get in the way. So if I want to expand mechanical components on this side, I can. That is all I needed to know out of this, because now I can just have a, well, no. If you do it this way, you're probably never going to get the connections that you want. Okay, just go one away. It's okay. Run this one at least this far. That looks great. Come on. And really all I'm doing is running it into a storage. I don't know how much storage I need of it, but this is the simplest of all storages, and we can just add more connections in there as we need them. But for right now, this is the end of the line, and that feels pretty good. I'm going to try to keep it mostly out of the way here by pulling it down instead of up. That feels good. They can build this. Yeehaw. Conveyor belt 1 done. And if we look at priorities, that's an out and that's an out. This one is a higher priority than this one. Is really all I want to talk about there. But obviously there's no need for anything to happen out on this side yet. So that's fine. What is the next row? The next... Oh, I did turn off the lightning. There was a comment. I just heard something in the background. I think that was lightning. And no more. What is the next one that we need? I think the next one that we need will just be the construction parts, regular construction parts, which was wood and concrete. Wood comes from here, concrete would come from here. It has to come down and can go on top of this conveyor belt, really, which I'm a little bit excited about. Can you stack the flat balancers? Yeah. It worked. I wasn't sure what to expect, but I wasn't, obviously I wasn't expecting the right thing. But if they can both connect to the same thing, then that is great. All we really need here is these conveyor belts to effectively come over, go up a little bit, and then go down to the side where we actually want this stuff. But that feels good if that can be connected. So I think white construction parts is the next goal then, right? Because the only other option is this. Taking mechanical components and electronics, and they would be mechanical components obviously come out of this, so it would be a section over here. Electronics is something that I could produce. The problem with electronics is I'm not producing rubber or copper in this area, so I would have to move all that stuff somewhere else. And yeah, it really just translates to I would import electronics. And electronics are required for multiple things, so I just have to make sure that actually happens. The vehicle parts, however, are important too. So yes, electronics have to come in here, but that will be a second tier production line. So that's not going to happen in that area. The other recipe that we have, obviously, this one is really very important to me. I do want this to happen. And I don't think I really have any other options because I need iron base. That's where we are. So iron. White construction pieces is kind of iron based, but not really. So yeah, all we're going to need is this one. We have currently 3 of these set up. So we're getting 22.5. Okay. Out of 24. So we have 1.5 left over. Great. If we add these guys, then we go to 918, another 22.5. So now we have 3 over, which doesn't supply enough for either of these guys. So that should be okay. But how many of those do we want? We want 5. 5 of the assembly halls, gyms, the assembly things with that construction. So let's see how we can make this happen. I learned a little bit. I need at least 2 spaces for the conveyor belt to go in here, but actually no. This one's the one where we actually have to build something useful. Why? Because the recipe requires it. The recipe says, I want this one, and this one. So make sure that they come in on 3 different conveyor belts. These are all flat conveyors. So that's good, but we still have to set them up in the right way. And honestly, this is kind of a satisfying spot that we're getting to. So if I go 3 high, that will be there. 3 high is 3 plus 1, effectively, is what this is telling me. That's fine. You would go 2 high. Effectively, you would end up there, and then, nope, you're like... Hold your horsey. No. None of this built. No. Stop it. I don't want that to be built. Game is lagging a little bit. Are you really? That's a little surprising, but okay. If I go up to 2, yeah, 2 doesn't really want to go underneath that guy where it currently was situated. That's unfortunate. All right. What are you going to do now? I guess this can't be the answer. This doesn't feel like the answer at all. What I really want is... You cannot join if not flat. It's not flat enough yet, apparently. That's so weird. Okay, can you take this down, please? Just for the time being. Someone just do this really quick because, well, you have a guy right next to it. How about you use that one? Good idea. Do you want to pause? Really, I'm not doing anything else super important right now. So what I want is I want to go 3 high and straight out. Not like so. I want to go straight out as fast as possible. And apparently that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That feels like a lot longer than I would have expected. We're not going to do it that way. So yeah, it has to be this way, I suppose. If I want to go 2 levels up. Sure. It is what it is. You would come over here, go one level down, and you would run underneath the exact same thing. That looks good. And then you will be the base level for the conveyor belts. And obviously we are capable of switching directions on all of these guys. We just have to make sure that all that works. Then from here, I am anticipating that running forward is not really a problem, but one thing that I probably should have done a long time ago is that all of these connection pieces... Oh, no. You're actually there. Okay, good. I'm trying to build all of these connectors so that I can just attach them to whatever comes through here, which means this is an edge of the building and this is an edge of the building, which means everything that's outside of the edge of the building we really don't care about. Just get rid of all of that, run this forward, and then delete everything that's outside the edge, which is this one, and this one. So this should now be a blueprint for a 3-stack connector assembly hall that we can build right here. And someone, please get rid of this. Why wouldn't you? Did I just cancel the demolishing? I may have. I really don't know. Actually, unpause this so it can actually get demolished, maybe? I don't. It's fine. But this is the guy that we want. We need this to run somewhere. And then obviously there's going to be a connection on the north side of this, and we're going to run to the left or to the... well, to the left. Go with the left. You're just going to get confused if you use the cardinal directions because you're not going to get it right in this game. That is accurate. We're just going to do it this way because now this fits in pretty much everywhere. I just have to, well, place it down. I'm excited for this. We said we needed 5, and once I have this built once, I can just reuse it, obviously, as many times as I really feel like. Cool. I would say right here is probably okay. It doesn't really matter where it starts. And you see how these all connect to the right thing? Yeah, that's exciting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's what we're going to start with. This one didn't like something. What did that not like? What the... What happened? I seriously have no idea. I'm not sure why this one is unpaused right now, or not paused, wrong paused. Pause, 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 pause. I didn't want any of them to be unpaused, so I don't know why it was in that situation in the first place. Also, this one looks like it's no longer connected, so that's annoying. Depause again, and then try this one more time. I don't know why in the middle that guy wasn't able to build the thing that I wanted it to build, but let's just fix that by doing this. No, now it's getting the wrong connections. Hold on. Hold up. Hold up here. I have no intentions on messing with that if it's just trying to mess with me. So try again. Copy this whole shenanigan. Very good. Then come down here. Very good. Excellent. Holding left shift here just to keep these moving. Connect it. Very good. I must have placed it like this where it didn't actually fit there, but some of the conveyor belts fit there, and that was my problem. 3, 4, and then we said 5 because 18 plus 1 is 5 of those. And that can be expanded as much as we wanted to. Okay, that looks good. You can get started building that, honestly. You're not allowing this because you're copying that from a paused version, but that's okay. Let's unpause all of this because I do actually want this to get started. So that looks good. I like that the unpausing actually behaves the right way, but I probably already mentioned that somewhere else, so that's good. And I'm going to use the outside conveyor here just in case I want to use that one and this one, all of those for something else down the road. But that's the first one. I think the second one is potentially E. I want to get to this. I need to get to the outside here. And I'm not really scared of doing that. I just have to make it happen. And honestly, it may be easy if I go all the way out here and then try to come down. Collision with terrain. Great. Collision with terrain. Oh, okay. Okay. I think up here is fine. What is not fine is that we have a tiny little bit of misalignment right here. And let's see if we can finagle that just a little bit with the existing excavators that we already have. Edit area, please. Yes. Would someone mind coming over here just for the time being? If I tell you that this is your new area, any of the excavators coming out in that direction. I am hoping I'm not collapsing any of these buildings, but if we do, it's not the end of the world. We couldn't store all the potatoes. That is not really my problem. And no, it did not like what I did there. So we're just going to draw this as a new rectangle and let them get started on this really fast. And the terraforming can commence. In the meantime, we could do sand. Yeah, I could, but this is not going to take all that long. Look, they're already pretty much done. One of them is already dug out and the other one's also dug out. Mine control tower has no mineable area. Okay. We'll fix that. No problem. I know how. I click here, I click there, I click everywhere. And I draw a little rectangle over here, and then you guys can figure out what I want you to do. Cool. Just turn this off just in case I get confused later. I will get confused later. Not in case. I will get confused later and probably just confusing myself. Connect to the highest tower in the land, please. Excuse me. Nope. There you go. And then, is this good or is that good? I think this is better. That is definitely better. Everything can go underneath that. That's what we want to see. Cool. So that one is done. The last one will be concrete. All right. How are you going to run concrete in there? I would say concrete needs to do a couple things. First, I need to give myself a way to get water into this area. Very important. On top of that, I would like to have a one level up that goes around this area. You need to get cement in here somehow. Okay. So you're going to get one level up to here or down to here, and then up to level 3. Sure. You should be able to run all the way over here. And now you're going to ask yourself, you put that thing on the wrong level. Yes. Yes, I did. Okay, hold on. By that, I mean, this conveyor belt is higher than the other conveyor belt that I'm currently building. So what I want to do is just remove that connection. Honestly, all the way up to there would be perfect. Someone do this, please, before all the woods go in there. Woods. All the wood shows up in the area that I want to adjust here. I am kind of excited about what's about to happen, which is really just stuff is actually going to do what stuff is supposed to do, which is great. Let's do pause here before I do something else stupid. The first one will connect to the one in the middle, and the next one will connect to this guy. And for whatever reason, you don't want to connect exactly how I wanted you to connect there. That's a little sad. I don't know that I care too much. I think part of the problem is that it wants to go further forward than what it has right now. Let's see here. If I let you be E. What are you doing? I honestly... Control Shift. No, I don't want you to connect to that thing. Okay, so R, do not magnetize to that thing. So it's now an E, which means you are going probably to right here on the same level. And then I really just need you to R, magnetize again. No, it doesn't. Hold on. This is why we have the game paused. If I go from here, it doesn't want to go all the way up there either. That feels like something else is a little funky. Let's take away this one block. It's going to take a second. I am on pause. Gives me a chance to drink a drink of water. Okay, that worked. Someone here? Okay, you picked it up. Great. You're bringing it over there. Now it's gone. Great. Awesome. You said that before. I know. And if I go now to this guy and say go up here, yeah, for some reason it doesn't want to conveyor belt exactly the way that I want to conveyor. I'm gonna just not worry about it because it's fine the way it is. It's just not exactly the way that I planned it to be, but it's okay. Recipes. What are you gonna make for me? The normal construction please, and thank you. You're gonna go from there, and can I paint over this? Oh, it's so easy. Oh, this is so easy. Are you gonna start building something? I'm gonna assume the answer is yes. It will just start making all these things for me. I don't see a good reason why it wouldn't. And this one is the one we definitely have to expand, like, for a while, for miles, into that direction. But every time we want to do that, we have to add a new group of this, which we can also expand into the same mile. The thing that we will run into eventually here is conveyor belt capacity. Not yet, but eventually that will be a thing. I still don't fully understand why this didn't want to follow the other conveyor belt, but you know what? It's okay. Feels like it has the same slope. Maybe this conveyor belt was just supposed to be a little further behind and then would have worked. I don't know, but now the game is telling me you require more pylons. I mean power. All right, well, more power then. More power to us. Let's do the copy pasta right there. Beautiful. Set this one up. You're doing it. And now we have more power. Well, in a second at least. Great. We have enough food. We have enough of this. We have maintenance all the way up to where we want it to be again. All of those things are excellent. The thing that we really don't have is... What are you doing? Oh, iron. We're actually full on iron now. That is excellent, excellent timing, because I wasn't going to wait for this, really. I was just going to let it happen, so we're going to make this happen now anyways. I want to go... Where do I want to go? Where do I want to start here? I think I want to start... Oh, hold on. Before we do that, I have to set up the coal correctly, because right now it's not set up correctly. You remember what I just talked about with the conveyor belts and where they have to stop? Yeah. R, because we want to stop it from snapping. You are probably just about this wide. That should be fine. Then get me... I don't think we have to remove those conveyor belts right now. Maybe make it a little easier for you later. No, that's fine. Leave it. Leave it where it is. And then we can set this up. I need... I want to do this right the first time. If you do it from the other side, it's probably going to be half right. True. So we need to go all the way out to here. That's good. U-shaped conveyor. You need to go all the way out to the edge of the outside of the blueprint that we're going to build here. And then you're going to go up on the next level and also go to the same extension. I'm glad I didn't just try to remove it, because that would have been stupid. Okay. You're going to do it? Well, technically, you cannot just copy this one, because then you're missing the whole that thing. All right. Well, we're not going to just do that thing. We're actually going to do the whole shebang. So whole shebang means that one, that one, that one, that one. The only one that we don't want is the coal storage. Everything else we want, and we need a couple extra conveyor belts to do a couple things for us as we do things. But that should all be okay. All right. Yes. This looks right-esque. Trying to make sure that the alignment on all the pieces is right, but I think this all looks good. I'm going to pause it because there are a couple things still wrong. There's a U-shaped conveyor missing here that is supposed to take out all the slag. E, there you go. You go there. Easy enough. Obviously, the top one just connects to here. The this guy and this guy are not necessary because the storage is on the other side, and eventually we're going to flip that, and that's all going to be great. And you just have to connect to there. What else are we missing? I think that is a full blueprint copy that should just work now. Okay, unpause. Let's see it build. With that one being built, we have 445 units. The excavators in the background there is great. We have 445 units of white construction parts being made right now. No, that's what we have in store. We have 441 units of white construction parts in store, which is great. These guys are currently not moving anything into a storage, and I kind of did that on purpose. Because I knew that I was going to expand this effectively right away. So let's do that before we go too far. And then we have enough white construction parts. We don't have that many more workers left over, but this manual construction zone, I call it construction zone for some reason. I don't know why. We'll get turned off here in just a second. And that should free up at least a couple of workers. What are you complaining about? You should have everything that you need. You're waiting for products. That's fine. What is wrong with my products? The products are going the wrong way. That's what's wrong. There you go. Probably that way. Yep, that looks better. Then they should just feed into the area. You doing it? Are you splitting? Yes, you are splitting. You're doing the thing. This one is still looking the wrong direction. The one on top is not looking the wrong direction, so I think we're okay. There you go. They're getting all the things that they require. Cool. So we're getting more iron coming out of here. That's nice. So let's get one more round of these guys copied. Very simple copy, hopefully from right there. Now, honestly, if you do it from right here, it will be easier because you have the accurate number of units. That one had that curve in it, which we don't actually want. It's going to be this. And I should have held my left control, no, my left shift button there, because it was one more that I wanted to throw in here. This one, and now we have 5 more units, which now we have technically 6 extra steel plates being produced that we don't need for anything else. So honestly, I'm going to use that as an excuse to do one extra one of these, and that feels good. Cool. So they're feeding into, or they will feed into, white construction parts. I will now do this thing, which I was kind of avoiding for a little while. How many of those do we need? I really don't know, and as you can see, the trucks are driving through that area, but having a quick storage, at least down the road here, does not feel like a terrible thing. Plus, I can probably put a couple conveyor bridges in between there. That should help all of this. But for right now, there is a lot of room here for storage. I don't know what trains are going to do in this situation. I hope they're going to do something smart. But this is all white construction parts, which means one of the next construction zones for the golden construction pieces can get closer to where copper stuff is actually consumed. This one needs to do a little bit refactoring for sure. But I think it's doing all the things that I wanted it to do, which is excellent. Yeah, these guys are just kind of full. Storage is so cheap that I feel like not storing extra is just a waste, so we may as well just put a couple more of those in there. Obviously, we are now running out of white construction parts, because why wouldn't we? If someone could make this right now, I think we have a better chance to just store the stuff that's already on the conveyor belts, and that should make our life a little easier too, and the trucks would have somewhere to go. I like all of that. No research right now. That is the case. Let's do some ramps, because we talked about that. Terrain leveling sounds like a good thing. Blueprints, I don't know if that is something that we're really going to use right away, but we may as well get started on that. Pipes level 2, maintenance depot 2 sounds like something important. Power generation 2, yeah, that's a big one. Gonna have to figure that one out. Biofuel, I mean, may as well. Vehicle maintenance 1, management 1. Always a good thing, probably, maybe. Advanced diesel, yeah, there's a lot of stuff going into here. Ocean drilling technology, so there's a couple things that our ship probably wants to do for us. That's nice of you. How about you come down here? I don't know what else you want me to do. That should be fine. As you can see, our trucks are super busy right now, but it has more to do with how much we're constructing, and not as much anymore with how much other things actually going on here. I will honestly start just disassembling some of these. We have all the mechanical components that we want. This one I'm going to leave because I don't actually have this one set up yet. Yes, we have mechanical components coming from one side. So yeah, there's going to be more assembly halls coming down the road here for the advanced industries, and we're going to see how that works. The electronics have to come in here somehow. Currently, they're all produced here. We have some rubber. I would love to send some trains down to the rubber side. And speaking of that, where are trains? Is it Control F or F? No, that's... oh, not found. There's a thing. Train. Trains are just after construction level 2, which is not that much further than where we are right now. We're already in here in the middle of all of this. So honestly, the next one that I want to add to the queue is probably just going through here, getting a couple units in there. The large vehicles also sound fun. Conveyor belts, next level, sulfur process. There's so much stuff still going on in the research tree. I think that will be fun. But as you can see, fleets are entering combat. No weapons versus weapons. Yeah, ship escaped. Good, great. That's pirates. No. Go home. Can you go here? No, go home. Why did I encounter pirates right away? Like the first thing that I wanted to look at is pirates, of course. Lame. That's okay. Well, how are you still not having a recipe? Waiting for products. Oh, you can't get coal. Oh, because this one is paused. Unpause you. Just build you. I don't really... That's my bad. I'm glad I saw that. Vehicle ramps. Small. Cool. They got them already done. All I'm doing with this for right now is really just putting a temporary run over for these guys so they don't have to get stuck in traffic all the time. We are producing okay for what we want. We do need a lot of these, but how many more do we need? That part I don't know, but I like how this factory is already kind of shaping up together. So I hope I can keep this up in a more organized and mechanical way, and we can just expand more and more and more. Don't know how many of these we actually need in the end, but I like where we are. What's happening here? You guys, oh, you just can't produce as fast as we're giving you our iron. So our assembly halls up here for the construction parts one have the higher priority going through. Actually, I thought so, but I don't know that I actually did that. No. This one gets a higher priority. This one really doesn't matter. That's an out, that's an in. I like the I like how they show what's going on there. Cool. So that one didn't have the higher priority, but as you can see, they're already backing up with iron here, and that means that in just a couple ticks, we will probably have this one getting some more units too. I just want to, most of my units, I want to go to construction parts assembly and not to the other pieces. Oh, I forgot something. Bebo Joe. Ah. Okay, let's fix this. At least it's an easy fix. All I wanted to do here was make sure that I have all the connectors set up in the right way, and that was mostly so... I think our snapping is currently turned off. It was mostly done so that the piping can happen here, because we will need water to come in at some point for this whole federation of things, and I think I can get these pipes actually up and... oh, yeah, I can get them over buildings. Great. So this will be a very simple pipe connection thing for when we expand all the concrete stuff down the road. How about we just spend a tiny bit of that stuff over here, and then our production should really get moving. Yeah, so iron is actually getting lower, which tells me we probably just need another one of these guys set up, and that we can do. Let's turn off the boost. No, honestly, I think our current consumption versus production is pretty all right. So we're just going to leave it the way it was. What's this? Mostly dirt. Okay. What's that? Electronics that are not really available anymore, anywhere anymore. That's interesting. Are you pretty much empty? I would like you to be empty. Do you want to produce a couple more electronic parts? Electronics are doing okay, so I don't think that we need to do anything with that at this stage. That's all good news. Construction parts, yes. We don't need you, so we're going to take you down. I think... was this one empty? No, it is empty. Okay. So we're just going to take a couple things down. It gives us a couple units back, and that's all good. Don't want to turn off the construction parts too just yet, because they will be become very important down the road. I like that we're backing up some of the iron here. Don't love it, but the upgrade to the conveyor belt is coming soon, and if that doesn't happen... we can always stack multiple conveyors and just have this guy split them out, and we have multiple ins and multiple outs. Maybe that will work that way. Hard telling. But are you guys still producing what you want? No, you're actually starting to run out a little bit. Okay, so I'm just a little behind, but oh. Oh. The usual problem with B-Roll Joe's conveyor belts, they're just going the other way. Alright. Yeah, we should have more than enough units actually producing the thing that we want there. We're crushing stuff, and the crushed stuff goes directly into our construction zone, which means we can probably turn off a bunch of stuff over here for multiple different reasons. Are we? Yeah, well, there's some stuff in there, but that's okay. I don't love how these two are set up in the first place. And then this stuff, honestly, can you... that one and that one, that one and that one. Yeah, sure. These I don't think we really need anymore. They also require a lot of water, so I don't mind if you and you just pause for a little while, because we should have more than enough concrete parts already coming in here, and trucks hopefully don't have to drive out there and get them. Cool. That's what I have for today. Thank you so much for what? Why is it 40 minutes? I am very happy with this. I am genuinely happy with how this turned out. So far, it's technically working. Would be nice to have a direct line for cement to come out here, but I don't think we're going to do that until we actually have trains. I don't know how the trains are going to get in here. This little storage unit that we have over on this side is probably not going to stay exactly where it is, but that's not the end of the world. Also, you, as usual, are set up in the wrong direction. I can't believe how often that happens. But whatever. We are producing what we wanted to produce. So I think things are going in the right direction right now. That's good. I'm surprised that there's still iron going into all of these factories. And most of the factories aren't even upgraded yet. So that's the next thing. They can produce a little faster if we wanted to. Maybe that is the next step versus expanding much more than what we have already. But we do obviously have a lot of construction parts now. You're done. Let's go. Let's get out of here. This one needs to be a conveyor belt too. Otherwise, this is never going to catch up with the consumption that these guys have. Understood. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.